Hello everyone, happy Sunday. So today I'm doing something bigger than last week. I am doing a 3-card pick a card for the week ahead's energy. Let's see what comes through for each pile, and whoopsie, big love into the situation. Let's put some love into our readings. So what I want to just say to you is that this week coming up, I'm not an astrologer by any means, but there is a full moon on Monday, and it's a super moon, which means that the moon is closest to Earth. So that because the moon rules our emotions, it's going to be a whammy. So let's see what comes up for us this week. Right, pile number 1, pile number, that doesn't want to come, but let's take it, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Let's just put them straight here. Okay, put that aside. Pile number 1 is your commitment is being tested. Pile number 2, look at the bigger picture. Pile number 3, you are good enough. So those are the 3 piles. I'm going to put crystals with them and charms, so that give you an easier way to choose. So for pile number 1, let's put a purple crystal. Let's put an amethyst with it. All right. Pile number 2, let's put a rose quartz. And pile number 3, a green aventurine. How's that sound for you guys? And then I've got my charms here. Let's choose a charm. Oopsie, 2 came out there. Pile number 1, I'm giving you the moon. Yeah, let's put that there. And so it's a band of crucifixes. Pile number 2, let's see what comes out for you. You've got, I love sewing. Look at the big picture. I love sewing. And pile number 3, you've got mermaid. Okay. Right. Pause the video if you need to choose your piles, and then join me in the next section. Okay, welcome back, pile 1. Remember, you had the crescent moon, and you have the crucifixes in a belt, and you have your commitment is being tested. So let's choose a crystal to go with this to see what your crystal energy is for the week. The commitment is being tested. Let's have a look and see. Crystal wants to come through for that for pile 1. Black tourmaline. I'm sure tourmaline is a protection, but let's check it. I'm not an expert on crystals. Let's have a look and see what I'm using Colette Baron Reed's The Crystal Spirits Oracle. Let's have a look at black tourmaline. Card number 10. Healing boundaries, repelling and dispelling unwanted energies, shielding and protection, healthy independence. So I'm really feeling that with this crystal that you need, if you haven't got a black tourmaline with you for the week, just use the energy of this. It's definitely around somebody that's going to test you this week. So you need to put some boundaries up. Let's see what the rest of the cards say for you. Let's have a look at the tarot cards. I'm going to use the Good Karma Tarot. This is the deck I'm using here. And the Good Karma Tarot is such a happy deck. Let's have a look and see what comes through for you. The commitment is being tested. Black tourmaline, creating boundaries. The crescent moon is usually about new beginnings as well. So with the full moon coming in, there's a lot of energy for you to negotiate this week. So let's have a look. What does pile number 1 need to be negotiating for themselves? Let's have a look. You've got the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the Emperor. Can you see those? Yeah, you can. So the Queen of Swords is usually nurturing. All queens are nurturing, no gender specific energy. It's just the energy of the card. And the Queen of Swords is always about your mind and how you speak your truth. It's usually quite a direct card, how you can bring in your wisdom into a situation. So here with the commitment is being tested, there might be a time this week where you need to have a look at what's truth for you. What is truthful for you, especially because you've got the Seven of Swords next. And the Emperor is really much standing your ground and being in the energy of getting yourself kicked into what you know and what's good for you. But with her leading your reading for the week, she is a no-nonsense queen. She doesn't, well, the energy of this card, I think it means this is definitely for you to take action on yourself. It's not somebody else in this case, but it's that facing the week head on. It's looking towards anybody that's deceiving you, especially if this commitment could be a relationship, and it also could be a work situation. It could be somebody at work that that might be pushing your boundaries a little bit when it comes to, let's say you're doing a job and somebody else takes cognizance for it or takes the glory, and that just tests you a little bit because you know what the truth is. You know that you are specifically honed in on something that you are doing and you're doing it well. And that's what this queen's about. She does things well. There's no black and white with this queen. There's no gray with this queen. There's only black and white. She knows what she wants and she goes straight forward. See how the way she's standing looking at us and she's like, I know my truth. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with this. So that's a good energy to take into the week. And then you've got this energy here. The Seven of Swords is the card usually means deception. It usually means in a situation, somebody is either deceiving you or you deceiving yourself, or you have no plan. You're not sure which way to go. And in this particular deck, she's hiding all of her thoughts away. So if I'm thinking of these two going together, those thoughts that you're having for somebody, you might have to speak up about. You might have to put your boundaries up and say, that is not going to happen to me. And look, with the crucifix coming in here, I hear, what would Jesus do? That beautiful saying that comes through with Christianity. So there's a truth that has to be kept into your being this week. It's don't hide away behind the truth. Rather be forthcoming, especially with the Emperor here. And look how she's looking away. Look how she's looking at somebody around the corner. She's scared that she's going to get found out. That's not what this week is about. This week is about you standing up for what you believe in. And the Emperor is that exact energy. Look how the hands are on the hips. Look at that stance. Don't start me. Both of your cards today are don't start with me. I need to be in my truth and I need to speak it. And, there's a lot of question about, am I on the right path? What is my purpose? And if you're in a job where you're allowing people to come over those boundaries, you're not being true to yourself. And the Emperor is very much that energy of knowing his plan in life. He or she doesn't, this is definitely a she in this case, but as I said, these are not gender specific. It's the energy of the card. There is no question of what your way is forward. And this card here is definitely a default. It's sort of a hiccup. So both the energies on either side of this card is putting you back into committing back into what you want to do. Do not let people walk all over you this week. It's quite a heavy energy coming through pile one here. So let's get more cards. But I love this Emperor energy because there's no default. There's no maybe. There's no maybes with this card. This is I am what I am and I know what I know. So let's have a look at some tea leaves. Now, these tea leaves cards are quite brutal sometimes, but they've got some very nice inspirational messages. So I like to use them because they're quite direct. So let's have a look and see what pile one needs to hear this week. Let's draw a couple. They're very difficult to shuffle, so I'll just take as I see. Let's go for it. That one wants to be seen. Let's take that one, and I saw that green one as well. Let's take that green one. Okay, let's see what your tea leaves have to say. You'll be playing a different role. So what could be coming through here is maybe you're not used to standing up for yourself because your commitment is being tested. So when you get tested, when people get tested and triggers get pushed, different sides come out of us. So this could be different, that could be that, or you could be in a situation this week at work or in a social situation where you're not quite sure of your role, but the cards, your message from Spirit is saying, stand up for yourself. You know, put your position out there. So you got the marriage card. So if this pertains to a reading of a relationship, make sure you stand your ground. Good fortune, I like that. News is on the way. Plenty of material things. Well, these are nice ones. Oh, and the star, guaranteed success. So your whole message around here is going around this, your commitment is being tested. And with this little element of this charm here coming in, it's, again, stand in your truth. The truth is coming out in all these here. If you're around somebody that you see that maybe a friend of yours is just being deceitful in their marriage, you need to also speak up for them. There could be that situation there. And then that would be a different role that you'll be playing because you're not used to interfering in other people's lives. But here it's saying you need to stand up for what you believe in, and what you believe is truth and right, especially with your little tea leaf cards. And there is no warning of doing the wrong thing here. Whatever you're doing is going to be, however you approach this situation will definitely bring a positive way ahead for you. So it's not like it's going to backfire on you the way you stand up for yourself this week. And obviously, with the back tourmaline, the energy there is saying, please just be diplomatic in your boundaries and the way you maybe bring something forward. Wear different hats. Just maybe if you are too forceful and aggressive in your approach to things, be a little bit less, more truthful in the way you speak and a little less aggressive. Let's see what the, I'm using these little starlight cards. Have a look to see what they can add to your reading. Okay, pile number one. What else can we give you advice on for this week? Pile number one. Without the dark, we'd never see the stars. So, pile number one, your week is going to be a little bit grey for you. There's going to be a little, it might be a little bit challenging, but what the universe is reminding you that you won't know the good if you don't have to go through the difficult times. So that is for you there. And I just feel like we need to end there on a lot more of a positive note. I'm using the little yogi oracle cards. They are so cute. I've got the mini version here, and they give such a little boosting. I can't leave any of these readings off with any darkness. Let's have a look and see what we can bring in for the light. Peace begins with us. Look at him. He's sitting there with this little yoga pose, and I love this little curl on top of his head there. It's so cute. But you know, like in all seriousness, in order to get past this testing that you might be, sorry, this this test that you're going through this week, that's going to maybe take you into a little bit to the darkness, and to get back to the peace, try and I'm trying to think of the words I want to use. Try and know that this is temporary. Whatever you're going through is temporary. You'll get through it. You can get through this week. And look for the peace in yourself. And if people test you, then remember this card. Put it right up there in your memory and go look at them and just count to 10. But again, you are encouraged to speak your truth, but in a good way. Well, I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye, pile one. Welcome back, pile two. Your card says, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. And what I see in this card is how big the moon is. We are looking at it from the earth. But you know, if this is to say this is earth, we are this tiny little speck over here, and That is what this is saying to you. This week, you will need to regroup and have a look and see how your life needs to be looked at from a different perspective. And because you've got this little sewing charm, it says, I love sewing. Now, what does sewing do? What does sewing do? It makes things from nothing. So let's have a look and see what your cards have to say for the week. But keeping in mind that you might have to be producing something out of nothing. So let's have a look at your cards. I'm going to use the Good Karma Tarot. Oh, I was actually, sorry, I'm doing it the wrong way around. I wanted to do a crystal card first. So that's the Crystal Spirits I'm using by Colette Baron Reid. Let's draw you a crystal to go with your main card. So pile 2. What is pile 2 crystal? What crystal can help pile 2 this week to look at the bigger picture? You've got a rose quartz here, which is about acceptance and love and protection and absolute heart chakra stuff, this one. So let's see what else comes through for you for crystal for the week. Well, there you go. Numite. Now I've got a piece of numite, but not in front of me. It's actually in my office. And I will, the book has fallen on the floor. Hold on a sec. I'm not afraid too much with the meanings of crystals, but I know numite you use to connect to the divine. So let's have a look and see if I am on the right track. Card number 38. Card number 38 for pile 2. Achieving self-mastery, inner power, recovering your sense of self. So this is a lovely card, lovely crystal to go with your energy of the week, asking you to use this energy. If you do have a piece of it, keep it with you. Otherwise, take the energy of this crystal with you for inner power and recovering your sense of self. Maybe that's why you've been asked to look at the bigger picture, because when you zoom out of life and you're not so stuck into things, you can actually get that sense of who you are. I didn't look at on pile 1. I didn't actually go to the whole meaning of it, but I wanted to see if there was anything in the book that could give you further. Dig into the earth and you will soon realize that layers upon layers of soil and rock have built up over time. And this is the lesson for how to build a foundation in the material world to help you feel more secure. Your true prosperity will lie in your relationship with the conscious universe or your co-creator. So that definitely fits in with zooming out and looking at the bigger picture. There is a conscious universe, there is a creator, and you might face something this week to make you zoom out and have a look at that. So let's have a look at your tarot cards. I've shown you already what tarot cards I'm using. I'm using the Good Karma Tarot. I love how colorful they are and vibrant messages come through. So pile number 2 is looking at the bigger picture. What do they need to get guidance on this week, please? Pile number 2. What is their guidance this week, please? Okay, they've got 2 there. And let's see one more. Oh, you got 4. All right. Okay, you got an extra card. I didn't draw 4 for pile 1, but that's fine. So let's see if we can fit them all in here. Can you see that one? Yes, you can. All right, let's just move this over a little bit so we can fit it all in. So you've got the Lover's card, the Hierophant, 2 of Cups, and 7 of Coins. And these 2 are major arcanas and these 2 are minor, if you know tarot. And what that usually means is the major arcanas are for us to have a look and see what the lesson is of the week, and these 2 are just minor influences that come in and add to that. So the Lover's card. All right. The Lover's card is usually, in every card, you can see 2 people in some kind of a situation. The traditional tarot is usually has an angelic being, and it has the masculine and feminine of yourself. So let's say we're bringing in just now for the reading, but this card here is showing 2 people giving each other a hug, and you can see in the traditional tarot, the one side has got Eve and the other side has got Adam, and that's the apple and the fire. So we'll bring that into the reading just now. The Hierophant is usually about you getting advice from somebody, from a mentor, or admiring somebody else's attitude towards life, be it a spiritual version or some kind of a mentorship that you're in, and it brings in the traditions of that. And these people here are now looking at this girl. She is obviously up on the shelf for them. They are looking up it towards her, and they're admiring how she's living or whatever she's telling them, right? And then we've got the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Again, Two of Cups. The fact that these two are in a reading together usually means that this reading is about a relationship. The fact that you got the Two of Cups and the Lovers card together, it usually brings in the energy of that. So if you are not looking for a relationship reading, choose another pile, because this is going to be specifically about, and especially that the Hierophant card is here, this is about marriage as well. And then you've got this Seven of Pentacles card, and that is usually about what you've invested in, how you've invested in a relationship, in life itself, how you've invested, what you've planted. So in other words, what you've reaped, what you've sown, you are reaping. But you're not quite there yet. So it's a be patient kind of card. So for you to look at the bigger picture and this whole sowing charm here, your week is going to be about not yourself. It's going to be about your relationships, either with your partner or with people around you, and how you've invested in that. It's very much asking you, you could come across a situation where you are not sure how you are progressing with this person or in that twosome. It's a one and another person relationship. And if you have to look at the big picture, Spirit is asking you to have a look and see what you've put into the relationship and what you can get, what you're going to get out of it. So it might be asking you to reevaluate what you're putting into the relationship, how you look at the other person, how you're on level ground with them. Are they dominating you? You might feel that they are. Let me just check this Numa out again, what it was. It was a self-worth. Just I've forgotten what it was, what's said here in the book. And there is a partnership encouragement here. It says, when it comes to your relationship with others, building trust and intimacy is a process. There you go. There you go. Sowing something. It's a process. Something from one start, from one end to the other. Practice leads to results. There's that card. Slowly keep working at it. Just as you engage in a dance with a partner, leading and following, stay present in the moment. Listen to the signals and cues that being clear about. So this is definitely to do with your a relationship reading. It's practice, practice, practice. Every day is never going to be the same. And you know, to zoom out on the bigger picture, look at the bigger picture. It's asking you to have a look to see what you've committed to in this relationship, what you are wanting to go further in it. You know, are you equals? Is one person dominating the relationship with what they need? Especially here with the Seven of Pentacles, saying like, what have you might feel like I've planted something. I'm always doing. I'm the one that's always doing. And they're not committed to what this is. But you know, the Hierophant card is about traditions. It's about going back to what you know and how you what you committed to in the beginning and the basics of things. So I think keep it simple. Keep the basics simple. Go look at the bigger picture. Don't make it about the nitty gritty little things. I couldn't get that out. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is quite a message for you, pal, too. It's very much an encouragement for you this week. It's asking you to just please remember that, because you're obviously going to be tested there. Okay, so it's your little using a starlight, tiny little star card, just because it's a full moon. I thought I'd bring some moon cards in, and I'd shuffled that, and you got destiny. It's not in the stars, but in yourself. So wow, that is also now bringing you back to this tradition and the way it's supposed to be. You are the one that's going to make the difference in this relationship. So remember that if it's a friendship, if it's a boss, if it's a partner, they are also on a path. They are also doing the best that they can in life. They are also battling through whatever is coming at them. So that's also asking you to look at the bigger picture. And the fact that it's not in the stars, but in yourself, meaning that you have the ability, oh gosh, The wind has come up here and this paper came flying past me like a feather. It was weird. So yeah, I wanted you to just know that it's up to you to plant and reap as you go. What is next here? Oh, I got some tea leaf cards. Let's draw some tea leaf cards. They are quite tricky to shuffle, so I'm just going to do it slowly. Let's see what we can add. They can be quite brutal, these tea leaf cards. So hopefully you get some nice ones. So for pile number 2, what else can we add to pile number 2's energy here? Energy guidance for the week. I like that one. That one. And let's see what else we can go through there. Let's ask for that one. What else can we guide pile number 2 for this bigger picture that they need to look at in their relationships around them? Okay, let's see what we've got here for you, pile number 2. Broken ring, putting in the ways in either romance or business. Parting of the ways. Oh, now that is a hard one to get. You see, I told you it can be brutal. So parting of the ways in either romance or business. This is saying here, look at the bigger picture. There's obviously something you have to work on here. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Gosh. Preserve and you will overcome problems. Persevere, sorry. Persevere. So your relationship, there's going to be something this week, a relationship, friendship, work, marriage. So you can't make this stuff up. So there's the marriage card. I'm going to read as we go. Please don't be scared about this broken ring here. It's, what could happen. I'm actually going to quickly check the book because sometimes it doesn't mean what it says there. Broken ring. Let me just check that quickly. Okay, so the bonds around you, the circle that is around you is the ring. So make sure that it's worth. Okay, sorry, I'm just hearing something else now. You might be in a situation with a relationship that is not for you, right? And I'm not saying it's a marriage. It might be a friendship, or it might be a relationship. It might not be what you want. So the cards are encouraging you 2 ways. You either look at the bigger picture to make things on a better ground for you, or you decide that you need to sow a different path for yourself. And that is looking at the bigger picture, because sometimes it can be devastating to have a situation where you're going through quite a hard time with a partnership, and you don't feel whole if you don't have another. And this is saying that it's in yourself. Your destiny is within yourself, not with another person, not with a job. And there's a lot of questioning and a purpose that you have in life where am I on the right path? But if you feel that you are not on the right path, if it resonates 100% to you, that you are not, your days and your life is not being filled with what's making you happy, this is the time to make sure that you go back to your traditional ways of looking at things and make yourself happy, because it's temporary. It's not, these are temporary situations in your life that you don't have to be fixed in one person for the rest of your life if it is not working for you. So persevere. You will overcome your problems. You need to defend yourself. You don't want to be in a situation where you're defending yourself all the time. A journey, either physical or mental. So this is very much a mental week. It's an emotional week for you. And then Stork, news of birth and new business opportunity. So that is the hope of the outcome of when you decide on something that doesn't fit your life. Gosh, this has been a hard reading, pile 2. But always look at the bigger picture. Always know that you can make something, however you've got into life, you started at the beginning and you made that work for you. So you can make it work again, whatever, if you want to stay in a relationship or if you want to move away from it, a business, a friendship, whatever feels that is not working for you. And as I said before, make sure that you put yourself into that situation where you know that if it's doesn't feel right, it doesn't resonate with you, it's time to change things for yourself. Sure, pile number 2. I've moved the cards aside now, and let's finish off with a nice positive note. I've got a little deck here called the Little Yogi. Let's just give you some guidance for the week, pile 2, just something a little more positive. And you've got problems often solve themselves if they are not stirred up in the process. Problems often solve themselves if they are not stirred up in the processes. Problems often solve themselves if they're not stirred up in the process. So again, it's that looking at the bigger picture here. Looking at the bigger picture. Okay, pile 3, or pile 2, sorry. Have a good week. Right, pile 3, you've got, you are good enough. Look how lovely that picture is. You're good enough. And it's coming from the heart chakra, the green aventurine. And you've got the mermaid. So you're a mermaid. You're good enough. Just don't lure any men into the sea. That's the mermaid there. So the first card I'm going to draw is from the Crystal Spirits Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. And I wanted to get a guidance crystal for you for the week. Oopsie. Let's have a look to see if pile 3, what is the guidance crystal for the week, please? You have got petalite. Looks a little bit like a selenite that I've got here, but it's a little bit more clear. So let's have a look. Card number 42. What is petalite energy for pile number 3? Card 42. Card 42. Oh, it's hiding away here. Right. Witnessing, the observer, the ability to detach, the interpersonal quality of the universe. So, let's see how this fits in with you. What I'm already seeing is that witnessing and being the observer. I think when you don't think that you're good enough, there is this withdrawal into yourself. And with this crystal for you for the week, it's asking you to step back from whatever is pulling you into the energy of not feeling good enough, and use that space, just to look at the bigger picture. Let's have a look and see what the prosperity message is. When you're bogged down with all the details and complexities, it requires patience and the ability to step back and observe the bigger picture at work. Now, if you were drawn to pile 2 and you wanted to know about relationships, zip to pile 2. That was all about relationships. But this is definitely about stepping back as well and looking back at yourself and knowing that you play a part. Every single person in this earth plays a part. So that is your crystal. And I'm using the Good Karma Tarot. This is the Good Karma Tarot. It's a nice bright tarot deck. Let's get some cards for pile 3. What does pile 3 need to get encouragement from? What encouragement can we give pile 3 for this next week, please, to know that they are on the right path for themselves and everything is good enough. They are good enough for everything, and then their path can be changed by themselves, whatever they need to be doing for themselves. Right, those are your cards for the week. Oh, you got the Tower, got the Queen of Coins or Pentacles, and you got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is put this straight there for you. So this card comes in when you need to shake things up a little bit in your life, and you need to have a look at what it is in your life that isn't resonating quite with you, what needs to be changed and rebuilt into something different. So you've got these 2 cards here. You've got the mermaid. I think the mermaid energy is obviously that playful, luring energy away from what you've got. So this Tower card is saying to you, whatever is going on for you, however you're feeling about yourself needs to change, because when that wheel turns and you realize how good enough, what the good enough you are, you can bring in fortune for yourself. You can bring in everything that you need. The way you nurture yourself. You know, this card coming in the middle here, this Queen of Pentacles, is she's a queen that gets everything done. She handles the home. She handles her job. She is the all-around perfect mom, the all-around perfect businesswoman. She's got everything to her schedule. Everything gets ticked off. Everything gets sorted out every day. She's bringing in the abundance of life to everything around her. And maybe this week you need to realize that your cog in that wheel is much more amazing than you can believe. You obviously not obviously, you're feeling that there might be a way of, you're feeling a little bit disconnected to the rest of the world. And because the negativity of this card could be that you have got so much going on that you actually don't even know who you are anymore. That is this draw of, I have to do so much. I have so much on my plate, but I don't really have time to check in with myself and connect with myself. And this, your Moonology card is actually reminding you of that. Try and see what the Moonology deck is. I can show you this card here. But this last card is reminding you that the wheel turns all the time. Sometimes you're on top of the wheel, sometimes you're on the bottom. But right now, you actually, this week is going to be a good week for you. If you take the call from the universe saying to you, there needs to be some things that need to change in order for you to feel the good, to appreciate the good that comes towards you. The Wheel of Fortune is usually a card of, if you're spinning on the outside, you're freaking out. You've got hair flying in the air. But if you're in the middle of the wheel, let everything spin around you and you're just sitting in the middle, observing and handling things, which is the good energy of this Queen of Pentacles, then you're handling life. And and also both these cards are change. Both these cards mean change. So in order to accept change in your life, you have to go with the flow, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, but a lot of us hate hearing that. I know that this tower is one of my stalker cards. And what it always reminds me of is that nothing can stay the same, no matter where you are in life, no matter what day you're in. It can be on the larger scale of life, it can be every single day in life. Things can't stay the same, but you do have the choice to build a better foundation for the next time that something gets thrown at you. And the fact that you've got this, you're good enough, it feels like there's a repeating pattern that's happening over and over for you that you are just not getting. It's becoming a repeat, and then you're just feeling every time something happens to you, it strips you down further, and you don't feel that you can present yourself good enough every time. And with the Queen of Pentacles coming up here, the universe is saying to you, please nurture yourself. Please make yourself important when you need to. I don't think this is about anybody else but you this week. This week is about stepping back and noticing that you are the one that actually is the cog that makes everything work around you. So if you are not working well, that whole circle is just going to stop working. And you might be feeling like that is why you've got the Tower card here coming across at you. You feel, oh, well, if I'm not going to do it, then the house won't function, or my job won't function, or whatever your importance is in that wheel, you feel that it is quite a breakdown if you don't have that going. So make sure that you are disconnecting from all of this and taking care of yourself for a little bit. That is very, very important this week for you. But you know, these are lovely cards, and don't be scared of this card. It's a very encouraging card, because once you have got to that stage, which I've been chatting about, there is this new foundation that you can build from, and the next time it happens, you are so much stronger. And when you go down in that darkness and you don't feel like you're good enough, if you come from a different place next time, when you're building yourself up again, you won't get back to that darkness again. It'll be a different stage. And what happens when you're in the darkness? Your roots are growing and you grow differently. So there's always a positive in that darkness. And especially with your Wheel of Fortune card at the end here. This is a good card. This is a good card to be an encouragement card for the week. You've got so much to look forward to. There's so much happening that's coming in for you. That's good. Right. I've got the little because Monday is a full moon, and because moons are always about a hectic energy, with the super moon being so close, meaning the moon is so close to Earth, you're going to feel quite emotional this week. It's quite an emotional moon week. So I thought let's use some moon cards and let's see how we can pull ourselves out of this doldrum of not feeling good enough. Right. Okay. You've got boundaries. Put a ring around yourself and your energies. Oh, on my Facebook page today, I actually posted that. I posted a beautiful article about wake up every single day, protecting yourself from the light. And when you go out in the day, you've got this boundary of light around you. And it's important because you might, because you're not feeling good enough, you might be allowing the energies of everybody else around you in. And eventually you start mirroring all the nonsense that comes towards you. So put a ring around yourself and your energies. Close your eyes in the morning, 1 or 2 minutes before you get up from sleeping. Put a bubble of light around you and keep that light inside of you all day. You can even put mirrors around yourself, which is what most of us do. And you walk out into the day or wherever you're going and you're feeling protected because you know that you've got that light inside of you and there's nothing that can penetrate that. And then, like, I don't know, I just feel so much more protected and safer. And I know I'm good enough with that around me. And boundaries are a big thing. Boundaries, like you obviously you are a very nurturing person. And what happens with that is you allow people to step over that mark all the time. And eventually you get to a place where you just can't take it anymore. So putting boundaries up first thing in the morning is a perfect opportunity for you to start that new routine, build on a foundation that can stop that happening to you. Sure, it's a lovely message. Now I've got some tea leaves here that are difficult to shuffle. And pile number 2 got some quite hard cards to see. So let's just hope, Spirit, what does pile number 3 need to see, please? Let's use that one. Let's have something nice, please, Spirit. Something good. Let's have a look and see what we've got for you. Horseshoe, good luck. Thank you, Spirit. So those 2 cards are both good luck. Younger woman, dealing or relationship with a younger woman. So that could be your younger self. That could be your inner self that you need to be healing. Mountain, major challenge to overcome. So this definitely could be something that you're handling with inside of yourself that you need to put boundaries up for. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. And angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So if you feel this week that, when I spoke earlier here, that there is somebody in your days that are mirroring something to you that you are battling with, that you find that you are sucking in all of their energy every single day. It could be a younger woman. This could be your inner child that triggers something from childhood when somebody comes into your energy and messes it all up. I feel that with your guidance here, you've got spiritual guidance, protection, and from harm. There's those 2 cards telling you to put protection around yourself. Don't let anybody penetrate what you've put up for yourself for the day. And that can be your major challenge. I mean, this is a major challenge in getting overcome. That goes with that card. So if somebody is let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and you are battling to go to work because somebody at work is stealing your thunder, is making you not feel good enough at work, or in your relationships, or in your friendships, in your family. It could be siblings, it could be your parents, it could be anybody around you, somebody trying to put a wedge between you and something. You could be a friendship, a three friendship going in a circle where somebody is trying to sabotage you. Whatever your situation is, know that if you protect yourself, build yourself up from a different foundation, and stop it right this week. This week is the challenge that you need to stop it with, especially with this full moon. It is time for you to put an end to that. And it's time for you to go back to the middle of the wheel and enjoy the up, and disconnect from that all and start protecting yourself and taking care of yourself first. Because that old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to protect yourself and you need to build yourself up again so that when you feel good enough, you create a void and everybody starts respecting you differently. Gosh, that's quite a message for you. So let's end it off with something very happy. I've got the yogi, and I've got a little yogi mini oracle here that is just so unicorns and rainbows. And you know what? This inner mermaid, I don't know if maybe you liked mermaids when you were younger. This mermaid is here for a reason. You know, even if you have to have a bit of a fantasy, let's put it on the Queen of Pentacles here. Get back to that mermaid feeling that you are. You are a mermaid. You're amazing. Oh, we got two here. Okay. The first card, they got two. The first pile, they got two. So pile 3. Stone in your path. Get on top. Stay balanced. Enjoy the view. Keep going. So whatever the stone is for you that's in your path, that's causing you to feel like you need to change everything, jump on the stone and balance your way out of it. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Healing is like art. It needs time, it needs practice, and it needs a whole lot of love. Look at that. So there is your healing that you can put in your own heart this week from this Queen of Pentacles. Nurture yourself this week. Get back to that feeling, I am good enough. Even if you this to me is a journaling or an art practice, find something that you can do that gives you a bit of joy and purpose and love in life. Journaling, get a pack of oracle cards for yourself, draw an oracle card for yourself before you go to work every day, or however you start your day, or even just do something different that takes your mind off the continuous negative thoughts that might be going into your head. That is a lovely way to end off your reading, pile 3. I'm wishing you an amazing week. Bye.